Hello and welcome to the JR's Gaming Podcast, where we talk about the rise of Nintendo and what this great gaming franchise has in store for us in the future of gaming, and of course the country from which it was born, Japan. I'm your I'm not your co-host. God, I've done it. I've done it again. No, I'm your
I think that's the first
host.
time. Is that your first time you fumbled the intro in 2025?
Oh damn, yeah. This
The
is the
first fumble
first
of season
time.
3.
Should we are you keeping a tally somewhere in your bedroom of how many times I
Tally.
fumble? You gonna add like to
No,
the
no,
list
no, no.
now? Okay. Anyway, I'm your host. Not. I can't believe I said I'm your co-host. Ryan, you're the host now, apparently. But I'm your host, Judah Terry, and I'm joined as always by my actual co-host. This is your job, Ryan. You're the co-host here, Rowan Fern, and you're also my good friend. So, this is also season.
You did it all in the wrong order.
This is like the perfect example of fumbling the bloody intro. Season 3, episode 2, new season as we know, and we are the second episode into the new year, and I'm glad we haven't missed this week, mate. I'm glad we managed to
Yeah,
remember.
because you've got like busy things happening.
Oh,
Like
mate.
just like you're literally like. Your life has turned into like a carbon copy of my life.
Exactly. I've
Like,
turned into
yeah.
a busy man. I've turned into a very busy man. I'd said to Ryan before we hit record, I was like, I know what it's like to be bloody busy.
Oh
And
man, it's. Oh, I mean, it's good. It's good in one way because it like keeps you doing things, but like at the same time, it's like just like kills you off.
Oh no, I love it and I hate it at the same time. Honestly, like I like being busy.
That's a good
like,
song.
I like, yeah. Oh, I love. I'm gonna copy that.
No, I don't. I don't like.
I
That
don't.
song's well. That song got overplayed a lot, but yeah,
It
you love it
did.
and you hate it at the same time.
Literally. I
So
don't know. I feel like I like the buzz of doing things. You know, I'm not sitting in my bed watching Netflix every day anymore. I'm actually up and about. And let me explain in a minute what that is. But first of all, oh wait, shall I start with my talk about? Because you've only got like one thing, but to talk about. But I want to ask you first, as I always do. Has your week been, Ryan? Has it been eventful? Anything happening that you can tell us that's exciting or
same, really.
same college and
I
all that?
mean, there's obviously you know like like it's been pretty big, but like
Oh
there's
yeah.
it's stuff that it's personal stuff in it.
Oh
You
yeah.
would
Well,
know,
Rowan,
so.
Rowan's having like a great life. Let's just say that. And but that's just all I can say. You're having a good life. That's good though, isn't it? It's good that I mean I like to keep my life personal, but I can say as well like life is going well. You know. And we'll share things with you like the surface area, but all you need to know, guys, is that me and Rowan are having a great life right now, aren't we, Rowan? We're having a great life. Well, I am, and I hope you are too, because
Yeah.
Rowan, let the ground shake. I finally got a job interview. Let the ground shake.
Good. Wow. What's the job?
Well, of course.
Bakery.
Well, here's the thing, right? It's not the bakery. They didn't get back to me, sad times. But as most of you guys know, I've been unemployed for about a year now, and then I'm like, bloody hell, I need to change this. I actually need to get a job. So I've been applying for jobs all the time, every day, and I updated my CV recently. And obviously my CV is very much media orientated. So, podcast host. I'm a podcast host. Bloody blah, bloody blah. I do all this media stuff, acting in a film. And I applied for a sales operative job. So a salesman working with sales, stocks, and trading.
You're gonna like answer like phones and be like, hey, can we sell you? Can we sell you this?
Kind of, yes, but not at the same time. So it's business. So I'll be recruiting people. The job is like a number of things. I would say the best way to describe it for our listeners without boring them is a businessman, especially a businessman role.
Okay.
But I'll be trained as like learning in business, working with a business that is sponsored by big businesses like Toyota, Mitsubishi, Toshiba. And I'll be like.
Cars.
It's hard to explain. Yeah, cars. But I'll be like basically a salesman helping out with the sales for different things, and I can't. It's hard to explain. I'll try and
So am I
find
gonna
an
get a
easy way
call
of explaining
Am I gonna get a call from a random number? I'll pick it up and it'll be you trying to sell me something like.
it. Unfortunately, that's not how it goes anymore. And that's the thing. No one likes a salesman. So I'm like, great.
Oh yeah, like when they
No
like
one's
yeah,
gonna
because
like me anymore.
if that was your job, like you just get hung up on like all day every day.
My job would just be listening to people scream at me. I don't want your bloody product. And I'm
No,
like,
your job would
oh.
just be your job would be hearing the same like phone tone like every like 3 seconds, just like beep, like just
Yeah.
people putting the phone down left, right, and centre.
Honestly though, like it's a love it and I hate it sort of job I'm applying for. But
You
it's
almost just said it again.
yeah. Because no, because imagine I'm told to like sell like a vacuum cleaner to an old lady called Margaret, right? I've got to knock on her door, right? And I've got to like, excuse me, what's your name? I've got to like, the thing is, if you're a salesman, right, and I've been told to like go around to houses, for instance, do door to door and sell a product, e.g., vacuum cleaner, right?
Wait, you're
My
doing door
job.
to door?
I think that here's the thing.
Okay,
They said
okay.
canvassing, yeah, canvassing. I think that's part of the job.
So you'll knock on an old lady's door with a vacuum cleaner.
Well, like, yeah, and then and then here's the thing: is then I've got 5 seconds to convince them not to shut the door in my bloody face. That's a salesman's life. Right, before you go away, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Right, this vacuum cleaner will change your life, and you know what I mean. That's gonna be my life now.
Okay, but
Rowan.
like, how can a vacuum like cleaner change you? Like, it can't.
Rowan, I've got. Thing is, here's the thing: you make more money the more sales you make. So it's a desperate.
That's the thing. It's like it's per sales. Like, it's
Per
determines how
sales.
much money you make. But like
Yeah.
at the end, that's the thing. If you like walk down like I don't know, like a really like run down scummy area,
Yeah.
and you just get the door like slammed in your face every house, you're not gonna make
I
any
know.
money. You got to pick. You got to pick.
Yeah.
Oh, or can
Gotta
you go
pick.
to like proper like rich areas?
Yeah, I think so. They're going to
So like
canvas
if
me
you
into
walk, so let's say if you
areas,
worked in London and
yeah.
if you worked in London, you like
Yeah.
went to Chelsea where
Oh
like all
yeah.
the big houses are, they'd be like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I've got money to burn, I'll just buy it.
Of course, but like that's the thing though. But it depends. Like if I would knock on a really rich person's house, right, and then I've got a vacuum cleaner, and then they open the door, and this time they're a bit more polite. They're like, "Oh, what can I do for you?" And I'm like, "Oh well, this vacuum cleaner." And they're like, "Well, it's fine. I have a lawnmower 3006, latest edition,
Yeah, but a
latest
lawnmower
edition."
isn't a yeah, but a lawnmower and a vacuum cleaner are two different things.
Good point. No, well then,
I don't need a
I
vacuum
have
cleaner, I've
the.
got a lawnmower.
Okay, let's change that then. I've got the vacuum cleaner 5000 Electro Backrow, and that is way better than the one you're selling me right now. So
And
goodbye.
it probably is, that's the thing.
Yeah, because they're rich.
I mean, it
So,
depends what the... I didn't know this business was all about selling vacuums.
I don't know. I've given an example. I don't know what I'll be selling. And here's the thing, though. It's a multiple sort of subject job. So now I think about it, I don't know what I'm getting myself into. But I don't know.
Oh
I
my
think they
goodness,
liked-
imagine you knocking
Oh.
on a door with with a sheet of paper in one hand and a vacuum in the other, saying, "Do you want to buy this?"
No. Oh, Rowan. I mean, this podcast is great because I can check in. And if I get this job, you'll hear about it. You'll hear about the life of the salesman, me.
Yeah.
You don't even need to get a salesman on the podcast anymore, Rowan, because I'll be the guest telling you what a salesman does. Oh my god!
Wow,
But
okay.
anyway, that's good though. Anyway, I got an email back and they're like, "Oh, we're interested in your CV. It looks really good. But you're really good at communicating. You have a podcast." I was like, "Okay." So I called her up. Lovely lady, by the way. Lovely lady. Very nice. And they said, right, we can finally move you to the final phase. You're going to get an interview on Tuesday at 9:30 a.m. I was like, great. Zoom call. And apparently I've got to dress smart. I've got to wear a shirt and tie for this interview. So it's all on the cards, mate. It's all on the cards, this interview. So yeah, I don't know. That's all there is to that. I've finally got a job interview. And that's
Good, man.
That's good, man, and hope I'll keep you guys updated on how that goes. But yeah, apart from that, mate, I've got an extremely busy week because tomorrow, we're recording this on Saturday as always. Tomorrow on Sunday, I'm acting. On Thursday and Friday, I am acting. And obviously on Wednesday, I'm going somewhere with a friend. So every day.
Hasn't this film been like 2 years in the making?
It has. It's been a long process, and we're gonna go into. Like, I think me and my director are going to do another setup interview for the podcast as to why the film took so long to make, as to why there were so many issues, and it's been hectic. It really has for me, the crew, everyone. It's been a bloody nightmare to get all done.
I can tell you like freaking.
Yeah.
This film is like I've seen it. I've seen the process. Like how long? I mean, you know, it's like it's been going on since like. It's been going on since.
2 years
KSI
ago.
and Tommy Fury had a boxing match.
Yeah, and that was what 2 years ago. This film's been start to finish
That's been
3
almost
years.
2 years ago, yeah.
Yeah. So, and now of course this
What do you
year.
think about what's it? Tommy Fury pulling out against Darren Till. He had to
Ooh,
face
good topic to talk
Darren
about.
Till. Darren Till had to face Anthony Taylor, who's Oh, and also, by the way, did you see what the KSI did? The controversy.
Well, how about we break it down? So let's talk about KSI after we talk about Darren Till and Tommy.
Darren Till. Okay.
So
So yeah, Tommy
obviously,
Fury and Darren
yeah,
Till
yeah,
set to have a
Tommy pulls
boxing
it
match
on.
on January 18th, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And that was a good. That's a good fight, right?
Oh yeah,
That's like I would have watched that like
me
live as
too.
well.
Good
But
marketing as
then
well.
Tommy Fury pulled out of the fight. Tommy Fury pulled out, and he said
It
that it was
was
because
ridiculous.
Darren Till said that he was gonna kick him in the head,
I
which
mean,
was clearly a joke.
clear, mate. I mean, honestly, say you're a pussy without saying you're a pussy. Like, come on, Tommy.
I mean, I like Tommy, but like that's
Yeah.
just a bit. I don't know.
Like, no,
And
I was
Darren Till had to
confused.
fight Anthony Taylor, who he
Honestly,
just beat
yeah.
up.
I know this is a whole shambles. Like they've definitely lost a lot of money. Think about it. Like, because Tommy Fury has got a lot of his fame for being quite a good boxer, and he done it. I think he is a professional boxer. He's done quite well. Maybe a bit overrated because he's related to Tyson, but I don't know. I'm not. I'm on the fence with Tommy, but I don't like not. I don't dislike him, and I don't love him either. But with Tommy, obviously, I was invested in this whole fight because of good old Big John. Like, I love a bit of Big John.
Yeah.
If I'm having a bad day, John Fury cheers me up, mate. I just look. I watch a compilation on YouTube of John Fury losing it.
Yeah, but he ruined the press conference. Remember, he like threw
Yeah.
water.
Explain in your amazing impression of how that went down, Ryan. John Fury.
So
You
he was
do
like,
great.
but he was telling him to he was like, keep my son's Tyson's name out of your mouth. And then
Yes.
Darren Till was like, what? And he was
Yeah,
like, leave
what?
his name out your mouth because you ain't good enough to suck his dick, mate. That's what he said. And then he
No,
like,
so
then he got
good
really
impression.
annoyed and like threw water.
I know. Oh,
And
bro,
like
that
Darren
was.
Till like stood up, bro. Like that was yeah.
I was like, it's happening again. A good old John Fury losing
But then
it.
anyway, but then Tommy pulled out. Darren Till had to face Anthony Taylor, who he just absolutely like fucked up. I don't know if you've seen it.
Yeah, no,
He, like,
it's Anthony. I feel sorry for Anthony because Anthony's just recovered and now he's going to get his head plummeted probably in again. But I don't get the whole. Let's focus on why Tommy pulled out. There was no logical reason as to why. Like, what
he
are
said
you,
that
mate?
it was
Are you
because
scared?
he said that it was because he said like because in the press conference, Darren Till was like, if I can't beat you, I'll just kick you in the face in there. How about that?
It's obviously
Which
a
was like
joke
obviously a
for
joke.
hype. It's obviously a joke
Yeah.
for hype. And bro, you scared then, Tommy? I don't get why he pulled
He's
out.
scared that he's gonna get kicked in the face.
He was like I got a, oh, that's it. He's got a daughter. He's got a daughter, innit? So he's like, oh, I want to
Yeah.
keep my health safe and my daughter safe. I was like, mate, you're a fighter, mate. You could get a brain injury from one of your fights and die anyway. So what's the point? Like, just because of one little joke that you're gonna be like, oh, we're gonna get kicked in the face. Oh man.
Yeah.
I mean,
And,
I'm not about that. Let me down. That did let me down. But anyway, I don't think there's anything else to say on that really, apart from Tommy.
Not
What
really,
the fuck? But
I don't know who Tom's gonna face next, but
yeah.
let's
What
talk about
K-
let's talk about KSI actually. Did you see what the controversy behind KSI?
Now, here's the thing. I have been very much, because I'm bored these days, I've been very much invested in all the YouTube drama, from Tommy in it, to Dream, to KSI, to Logan Paul. I mean, I'm not, like, massively invested, but I just like to watch it, because it keeps me from being too bored. I'm like, oh, this is how the YouTube world's going to shit. Here's the thing. I've been off the YouTube space for about a couple of weeks now, so I saw the
Okay.
thumbnails about KSI. I'll be honest with
Yeah.
you, I don't know what is happening. I know he's constantly getting himself into trouble, KSI.
You see,
Rowan,
more Pegasus makes like 100 videos on someone if they get into controversy.
I love how Pegasus is like his like motto is they're done, they're finished.
They're
but
done.
Then,
It's over. It's finished. They're
But it
over.
isn't.
They're finished.
yeah, it's just the same old, same old. They're never actually finished. Anyway, Rowan, you seem to know. So can you enlighten me as someone who
So,
doesn't know what's happening this time?
Basically,
What's
as you
happening?
know,
Yeah.
Jake Paul had a fight with Mike Tyson, which was
Indeed.
honestly a shit fight. You know,
Yeah.
it was if it wasn't,
Agreed.
obviously I believe it was rigged. If it wasn't
Mm.
rigged though, he just beat up an old man. It was just terrible. It was
Either way, it was
it
shit.
wasn't-
Yeah.
Either way, it was shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
Tyson Fury, not Tyson Fury. Mike Tyson came out with a knee brace.
Yeah.
He wasn't. Even if it wasn't rigged, he wasn't fit to like fight Jake Paul, right? Because he's
I'd like-
58. You know,
I'd
you're
like
retired.
to actually build on that topic. I spoke to a boxer. I mean,
Right.
I've been involved with Provision, as well as you know, it's a new YouTube
Yeah.
boxing.
Yeah, the
And,
live stream, the watch along, yeah.
Yeah, we actually live streamed a commentary for Tyson versus Usyk, and me and I spoke to what's his name, Kenny, who's a boxer himself. He's a really lovely guy. I spoke to him, and he told me that he you do realise, you know those clips where they showed Tyson Fury training and he looked like a beast, right?
Oh, what you mean, Mike Tyson?
Yeah, Mike Tyson. Sorry, not yeah, Mike Tyson. You know
Yeah.
where they show this clip there? He said to
Yeah, he
me,
looked like a beast.
yeah, that's what he said. But if you notice something, those clips are only what 5 seconds long. They
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
marketed that, so they filmed him at his best. He got him all hyped up, but then he immediately got exhausted afterwards. They didn't show that though. So they showed clips, small exertions of him at his best, but only for a brief minute. And then but they don't keep showing it. He doesn't keep that up. They cut it off right there, and then they collage it for the Netflix
Now,
show.
here's the thing.
And that it looks like he's amazing. But my boxing friend was saying, but in all reality, he's lost it. That's just like a
Now,
small
here's the
excerpt of
thing.
his training. Yeah.
Here's the thing. I would maybe agree with that if it
Mm.
wasn't for the fact that if you literally take clips of the boxing match in slow motion,
Mm.
Mike Tyson has a clear shot on Jake Paul's jaw, and he
Mm.
puts his hand down instead of actually
Yeah.
punching him. He puts his hand down, and after the fight,
Mm.
he like there's a clip, right? Like I'm not saying I believe it's rigged. I'm not saying I believe it isn't rigged. But
Mm.
at
Mm.
the end of the clip, like when they shake hands,
Yeah. Yeah.
you can see like Jake Paul say something to Mike Tyson, right?
Right.
And
Okay.
people who could like read lips
Yeah. Yeah.
say that Jake Paul said to Mike Tyson, "I got your money." So there's a
Interesting.
lot of speculation. I think, but I think that it was I think either it was rigged or that he just gassed out like after what? Because if you've seen it, that I mean that would
Mm.
make sense. It would make sense about like that like 5 second clips thing because in the first round he came out like a beast. He came out like the Mike Tyson we know and love. And then in
Yeah.
the second round he just like dropped off. So
Yeah. There's so
that
many
theory would make
questions.
sense. But
Yeah.
but yeah, that
Yeah.
fight happened. You know, it was a shit fight either way.
Yeah.
It
Anyway,
was a
so as you
lose-lose
were
for
saying,
Jake Paul.
yeah. Yeah.
And now Jake Paul's resorted to fighting Logan. I don't know if you've seen that. Jake
I
Paul and
haven't.
Logan Paul are fighting on March 27th, I think.
Damn, the brothers are
So
settling their beef.
yeah,
Okay.
but
Fair.
but anyway, so yeah, that happened.
Yep.
And then obviously KSI was obviously one of Jake Paul's biggest critics, of course, being KSI, came out and was like, "Oh, that's shameful. You should be ashamed of that."
Fighting his brother.
KSI, after
Okay.
the Darren Till Anthony Taylor fight, came
Yep.
out and he was saying, "Oh, what's my next opponent going to be?" Everyone was like, "Oh, it's going to be Jake Paul. It's going to be a Tommy Fury rematch, everything like that, right?"
Mm. Mm.
Fucking a 44-year-old retired footballer comes out and faces off with him, Wayne Bridge.
You what? Fucking.
Wayne Bridge, a 44-year-old retired footballer who's only had one fight in his
Oh, that.
life, came out and faced KSI, and he was like, I'm gonna fucking," and he brought up what was actually really disgusting was
Oh.
he brought up because this guy Wayne Bridge got cheated on once, and KSI brought that up in the ring. He was like, "Oh, you got cheated on."
Oh,
Like
mate,
that's
I
not
have
really
no
anything.
words.
So KSI is he's doing what he was criticizing Jake Paul for 2 months ago.
Talk about being a hypocrite, mate. Honestly, I've just given up with KSI, Logan, and all this lot. Like, it's just clear to
We
me
just
that they're
need
the
to
most
see.
immature people on the planet. Come
We
on.
just need to see KSI versus Jake Paul. What's all this like pitter patting
Yeah.
around? Like Jake Paul wants to fight Logan Paul. KSI
Yeah.
wants to fight Wayne Bridge, a 44-year-old retired footballer. Why not just
What?
like
Yeah.
KSI versus Jake Paul? Like is the fight that everybody wants. It's the fight that everyone's been wanting for the past like 4 years,
Yeah,
isn't it?
honestly.
Everyone wants to see
Yeah.
that. Like once
Yeah.
that fight happens, I won't give a shit about YouTube boxing. Once KSI versus Jake Paul happens, that's like the end
That's it.
game.
That's the end game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get you. Same here. Like I'm midway. Like I'm not invested, but it's entertainment. Either way, I like seeing two idiots knock each other out. In
Yeah.
YouTube boxing, and they're all idiots. That's just the thing. They're all
And I tell you what,
rich
the most
idiots.
hyped, the most hyped like
Yeah.
fight for me was KSI versus Tommy Fury.
Yeah, that
Like
was
I
hype,
was
but
like,
shit.
I was actually getting like
Yeah.
on the day, like I was before it happened, like I was getting
Yeah.
like butterflies. I was like, this is
Oh
gonna be
no.
sick. And
Yeah.
then the fights, because you didn't watch all the fights, did you? I watched the whole card.
No,
Like
I saw
I watched the
one.
undercards.
Yeah, I only watched
The
the two
undercards
fights.
were
Yeah.
like, the undercards were better than the two main events.
I'm glad
I
you
was
got to
like,
see the undercards.
Logan
Then,
Paul
at least,
versus Dylan.
yeah.
Logan Paul versus Dylan Dennis comes out. Dylan Dennis like just stands there.
Dylan Dennis. Oh, bro.
And
The
then,
worst.
he is the biggest troll, man. He
Biggest-
had me thinking he was
honestly.
actually gonna like.
And
Because
that, I think, was the start of the downfall of these YouTubers. Like, honestly, I don't know if you've noticed this, but yes, of course, I agree with you. Jake Paul and KSI is a much anticipated fight. Why aren't they doing it? There's many questions as to why. Probably KSI being the biggest wuss there is. But also, have you just noticed how KSI, for instance, he's just the man-child. You know, he's just so immature. And I'm like, listen, mate, you've got a chance to take a break from the internet. You've got the money, you've got a life. Why don't you take a chance to just meditate, work on yourself, don't get so worked up, you know, become a mature person. But he just finds he seems to find a way all the time to make himself look worse. Like, when's this going to stop? Like, when's KSI going to stop being the biggest man-child? Now, of course, people say, Judy, you're just spouting nonsense, like, where's the evidence? The evidence is in front of us, mate.
The evidence
from Dan TDM to losing the fight with Tommy to the whole song, him actually going against his friends, acting like an egotistical brat, not fighting Jake. The list goes on, and there's so much evidence.
The list does go on, and also on the Tommy thing, he's still fucking going on about that to this day, even though it happened almost 2 years ago. He's still saying Tommy didn't win that fight. Tommy didn't win that fight. I won the fight. Of
course he is.
And it's like, mate, you lost. Just accept it. Tommy, I'm not saying Tommy Fury was amazing. Tommy Fury was shit too. Compared to like how he normally fights, Tommy Fury was shit. But
did he have a choice? KSI was just doing this stupid star jump nonsense.
Star jumping.
Oh.
Doing freaking star jumps and bruh, like.
So when will KSI actually grow up?
And I'm glad, and Wayne Bridge did actually pull out of the fight because of the comments made about him getting cheated on, which is understandable. But here's the thing:
he pulled out. He pulled out the fight with KSI.
Yeah, Wayne Bridge. The 44-year-old. But I'm glad that fight's not happening because it would be fucking stupid. No one would. Like, people were booing him on his own 100%. Show in the crowd.
100%.
People were booing him. 44 years old. I mean, okay, Mike Tyson's 58 years old, but is there that much of a difference? Like, you're still fighting an old guy.
I completely agree with you.
Out of his prime. He's not even a boxer. He was a footballer. Yeah.
Exactly, and it's like, as much as it's atrocious, like, it's like not surprising anymore, considering this is KSI we're talking about. And it's like KSI is, like, I don't get, I had a point there that I was going to make, but, yeah, I don't know. The thing with KSI is, again, he's been rude as well. Like, this point on that, he's called out something about him being cheated on. Like, listen, I get the beef, right, between two boxers.
Yeah.
And by the way, I'd like to say my opinion, just as Rowan has said his, that is bad. Like, you shouldn't be fighting a retired person. That's just not what you're supposed to do. That's also bad. But the fact that he's done this with Tommy as well. KSI, if we like it or not, did say some horrible things about Tommy's kid, remember, like last time.
Yeah.
And him and his relationship with Molly May, which is sadly no longer a thing. But again, we're humans here, right? We all have our emotions, we all have our baggage, and for these celebrities, it's out there online, right? So unfortunately, it's online that Wayne has been cheated on. And if we like it or not, he's probably been struggling because I'm just imagining it in myself. Imagine I was public about a relationship I was in, and everyone was invested in it, and I got cheated on. The humiliation I would feel would be bad, and the audience makes it worse. So when another idiot's just rubbing that up, bringing it up, being like, oh, like, it just shows that you're a child.
Plus,
like,
it happened in like 2010. It was ages ago. And, but the thing is that, like, apparently the worst part, it was very distressing on him and his family. Bringing it up, but that's the thing. Plus, that's not really like a thing against Wayne Bridge. Oh, you got cheated on. Okay, that's out of his control. It's not like he went and did anything.
It's classic primary school behaviour. Oh, you got cheated on.
And KSI, and it seems like that's what he does. He just goes for people's like relationships.
Yeah,
like with Tommy, like, in that video, he was like, "Oh, mate, Tommy Fury is going out to parties and stuff while his missus is looking after the kid. You can't be doing that. You can't be doing that."
Yeah,
like,
and the moment someone has a go at him as well in his life, he gets mad. Mate. Like, a viewer made fun of his mum, right? And he's like, "Hang on, no, don't make fun of my mum." I'm like, okay, fair play, but maybe you've done worse. Come on.
He's done way worse than that. Fucking hell.
Like, broski just needs to grow up. But yeah, honestly. There you go, guys. For those of you invested, Rowan has just filled us in on the latest fumble.
And that's the thing. If you're a footballer, your life's going to be public. Well, that's what happens. So
I want to ask you though. Sorry, go on. Sorry, I interrupted.
No, go on.
Yeah, I just want to ask you that on the YouTube thing. I mean, again, like, I'm not someone who is heavily invested in it because, like, I've got better things to do these days than get invested in drama. But have you just noticed that YouTube, our current day YouTubers that we've been going well for so long, like, they seem to be falling down around us? Because have you seen the whole, if it isn't KSI, have you seen the whole Tommy in it unemployed drama with Dream?
Well, I've seen Tommy in it. I've seen the video he talked about how like what Dream's like as a person. I've seen that.
Again, like, I don't. This is the thing.
It
and
seems
this
like
is,
there's just drama.
that's what my point
like,
is.
left, right, and centre.
Yeah, my point is, there's just childish behaviour that's being put on the internet. It's like, guys, just shut the fuck up and chill out. Like, there's a reason why me and you don't go public with our problems because of this. We don't want to make a marketing stunt out of issues. It really, I don't know. What is happening to YouTube? What is happening to YouTube? I don't know.
Down. I don't
Falling
know.
down. But Rowan, moving on to a slightly lighter subject to talk about. I invested in something very good.
Invested, okay.
Yeah. Well, first of all, let me ask you,
Cool.
what TV have you got? What TV?
I don't know what the TV in
Yeah, your one.
what it,
Is it
my
like a
one's
top?
rubbish, but like
Oh.
the one in the living room's pretty good, and it's got like an Amazon
Yeah.
Fire Stick.
Oh, because you say that because I invested in an Amazon 4K Fire Stick TV.
Oh, nice one, nice
A
one.
nice big 30-incher sitting in my room proudly right now. I upgraded, mate, because remember I used to have a small little Alba, little like box TV.
Yeah, it was like a box.
I mean, you're playing Subnautica on it, like squinting and oh, mate. Anyway, I was like, all my mates were telling me you need to get a TV, man. Like, stop watching Netflix on the PC, watch it on TV. And I was like, fine, all right, I've got some money, I'll invest, and I invested in an Amazon Fire Stick, and it's a good TV, mate. I don't know, it's very good. Like, I can actually all my shows on demand, Netflix, TV, Amazon Prime, all at the click of a finger, and then it's a Fire Stick. It's also got Alexa, so you can tell Alexa to put a show on, but. Matty boy, who's been on the podcast, he's a prankster, came around my house and found out, right, how to activate Alexa sassy mode. Right?
What the heck?
Yeah, you can do this, guys.
What's that?
It's basically a mode where if you ask your Alexa to activate sassy mode, she'll be rude to you and not do as you say sometimes, and it'll be when you least expect it. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. It's awful, bro, because the story gets worse, right? So Matt decides to activate sassy mode on my Alexa, and I start to notice a few things going wrong with my new TV. I ask Alexa to put on a show, and she's like, "No." What?
Who
Alexa?
says no?
She's like, "No, do it yourself."
Hang on, wait, what? Hang on, can't you ask it to just deactivate it? Like, why have you kept it activated?
I didn't know. I didn't know he put it on
Oh.
until he told me. Until the worst thing happened to me, bro. I was sleeping in my room, right, 3 a.m. And I'm sleeping, right? Eyes are closed because I'm asleep, right? And then there's a loud, like, there's a big white flash. You know when your like, eyes are closed, but you subconsciously see light. So I open my eyes. I'm like, what the fuck? Nothing in the room is out of order. Nothing. Everything's off. Go I'm half asleep, right? I'm drifting off, and then
you think it's like a dream or something?
Yeah, it's just like subconscious nonsense. All right. 1 minute later, bang! Loud, big white flash in my room. Like, what in the paranormal name of God is happening? Like, what is going on? Like, I've never experienced anything like this. I go back to sleep. Right, now, probably 5 minutes later, the same thing, a flash. And I'm like... And now I'm starting to get a bit concerned. I'm like...
You're not telling me this is all coming from Alexa?
You'll get to the good part in a minute. And spoiler alert, yes, it is. My Alexa TV, but it's a TV with Alexa.
Oh, okay.
Worst, yes, it's an Alexa TV. That's what the Fire Stick one is, which is the worst possible combination when you've got a bad Alexa. And then approximately it stops for like good 10 minutes. I drift off to sleep, and then all of a sudden I hear loud like violins, like and it's like whoa. I'm like, what the fuck? I almost jump out of my body. My soul leaves my body.
No way.
Yep.
No way. I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
I can't.
Your Alexa started playing creepy music at 3 a.m.
Yes.
That sounds like the classic cliche horror story.
Yes, I'm being mum serious with you. I'm being dead honest. I got so angry. I literally shot out of my bed 100 miles an hour, and I was like, what the? And it was Alexa, and the TV was on, and it was Alexa on the TV, and it played all these scary noises, and then at the end it was like, ha ha ha, got you, and then it turned off again. I got.
I've never seen Alexa do this.
Yeah, I know. I got.
I've never.
Mate, mate, I had no words, mate. I was so upset. I was so mad. I didn't even know what was going on. I was frightened, mate. I lost my 9 lives, mate. I literally, I was next day, I'm talking to Matt, and I'm like, Matt, the weirdest thing happened to me, and then he's laughing his head off, and I'm like, what's funny about this, mate? I don't know. I've got to take the TV back. Like, what's going on? And he's like, you don't realise I've set sassy mode up on your TV. And I went, what? You what? Turns out, sassy mode, if you activate it, basically Alexa, some of my viewers might be able to, like, who know about this, might be able to, like, alliterate on this, but, yeah, apparently you can turn Alexa on a sassy mode where she'll just scare you at night, she'll just disobey your commands and be rude to you. So I had to factory reset Alexa.
Fucking hell, it's real.
Yeah.
Give your device a sassy persona that can talk back and refuse commands. You can ask sassy persona for the time, the weather, or a joke. Fucking hell.
Yeah, I know.
Why?
But is that related to the scary thing that happened at night? I don't know, but it's not happened again since I deactivated sassy mode. But mate, I don't know, mate. So yeah, I practically died this week because my TV almost killed me. Like, imagine you're sleeping in bed, mate, and your TV does that. I mean, as for the flashing, I don't know if that was my TV doing that, or like trying to prepare me for what's about to come, or was that just something else? I don't know. It's a mystery. Fuck it,
I did. Wow.
But what would you do in that situation?
I don't know what I'd do. That's like one of my biggest fears is like Alexa. Because here's the thing, man. The way I like speak to Alexa is horrible.
Oh, your Alexa's getting involved. Oh dear.
Why? Don't get involved. This is nothing. It just doesn't concern you.
This is the worst time for you to get involved, Alexa.
But
okay.
The way I speak to the Alexa, right, is that
yeah.
I like if it's like playing something and I'm like already angry, I'll say Alexa, shut up. I'll just say that. I think a lot of people can relate.
Yes.
So if my Alexa like becomes sentient, like in the middle of the night, it will like probably kill me in my sleep.
So you know,
like I'm always like scared of it. That's the thing. I'm always scared of it. Like because sometimes I say things that sound nothing like the word Alexa.
Yeah.
And it just activates and it will just chip in and be like, and I'm like, mate, I didn't say your name.
I know, right? And I'm not helping your sort of fear with this now. You're probably going to put your Alexa in the bin after this episode. No, because honestly,
all I need to like say is like turn on sassy mode, and I'll probably experience what you did, except minus the TV because I've not got an Alexa TV. But
yeah, that's the worst. I mean, probably for the best because actually that might be more scary because at least I can see my TV's on. It's the TV doing it. But the worst thing is, like you know when you're half asleep but you don't know what's going on. So I didn't even. Yeah. I was trying to like.
Wait, was she like playing like creepy videos on like YouTube or something?
No, it was like the screen was on. You should try it with your Alexa TV if you've got one. When Alexa's doing something like that, the screen will be blue and it'll be her, but it'll be telling you it will play its own sort of edition. So it was very loud, scary music and like ghost noises and groaning and like a laugh, evil laugh. And then at the end, it was like ha ha ha, I scared you, didn't I, or something like that. And then I was like, I clocked. I was like, oh my, what is going on? Oh mate, yeah. So that happened. But
I've just seen I've looked it up and I've just seen a Reddit story of someone. I think went through the same thing as you, but he took to Reddit. He's saying like my Alexa's gotten sassy with me, and then like all the replies are saying your mate's been round and put it in sassy mode.
Oh yeah, well, mate, it's the worst feeling. Honestly, I hope it doesn't happen again because that was bad.
I mean, so wait, what do you do? Do you say like Alexa, like turn off sassy mode?
Yeah, I looked into it and I said Alexa deactivate sassy mode, and it said shall I do this for this TV? And I said yes, and then she turned off the TV, which might have been part of the sassy mode. Yeah, that's it. One other thing, when it was in sassy mode, she would turn off my show while I was watching it. I'd be watching a show and it'd go...
Oh, that is cheeky.
Yeah, and it'd be like, it's time to sleep. And it'd literally say, it's time to sleep. And the TV would just turn off.
I don't know how I feel about because I was going to try this myself, but I don't know how I feel about it. She's going to like start like playing... She'd probably like start playing music... Because I've not got a TV, what she'd probably do is she'd probably like start resorting to like playing music instead. Like
or like playing a fart noise randomly in your room. You're like, what the bloody hell was that? Like, you're basically just trying to trick you and prank you. You wouldn't even know what it was.
It's a bit eerie, mate. It sounds like a creepypasta, but it's real.
Except it's real, and that's scaring me right now. That is. Honestly. Okay, yeah. Oh, Alexa's been evil this week. If you timestamp this episode, make this entire segment Alexa
All right, so
evil. Yeah.
the last thing you've got is Squid Game season 2 was good, but what's the but?
Well, I've got to ask you first. I don't know if you have watched Squid Game. Have you been into the Squid Game saga? Have you been involved?
Sort of. I mean, I watched the last few episodes.
Oh, right.
But like I don't, I've mainly just seen like clips from it and that, so I've not really like
Yeah.
sat down and watched the whole thing.
Well, I've got to ask you, is it season 1 you've been watching or season 2? 'Cause season 1 was when it first...
Season 2.
Yeah,
Season
well,
2.
here's the thing. I'm not going to spoil it. Spoiler alert-ish, right? Ish. I'm going to say that for probably you, Rowan, if you want to watch it, or everyone else that's not seen season 2 yet. It's basically Squid Game, right? You know, as everyone wanted it. It was carrying on from season 1, where the main character goes back into the games to try and, like, stop it, because people die in these games, and it's, like, controlled by the government. Well, not the government, but, you know, the evil people that control the games. But anyway, it was the ending was so disappointing because it wasn't an ending.
It was a cliffhanger.
Yeah, it was a
cliffhanger.
Yeah, they could have just extended season 2 though. It was literally the same season, but they've just made it into season 3.
You got to wait till season 3 comes out, yeah.
Exactly. Like, just imagine you're watching a show, and then you just pause it at one of the episodes, and it's just like, okay, I'll watch the. But imagine that it just stops that, and then you got to wait for the next season. That's the most useless, baseless thing I've ever heard, because usually a season is a new saga of the film, right? All they need to do is extend the episodes, or extend it onto season 2. And then if season 3 was to happen, it would be a completely different saga from this. But no, they decided to make it into season 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, mate. Yeah. What, have you seen some of the episodes then of season 2?
Yeah, I saw the last one where it ended on a cliffhanger, and
Yeah, so
I was
you've
kind of
seen
annoyed. I was like, is that it? And the credits just started rolling.
Yeah, I know. It's like, obviously I'm not going to spoil it, me and you've seen it, but yeah, I'm a bit annoyed with that, mate. But yeah, I don't know, there was just a little bit of a rant over Squid Game season 2, what the fuck. I mean, I guess why, it's because of the marketing, isn't it? They want to make more money. Squid Game's so, like, big. But, Rowan, there's one last thing that I need to show you, and the camera people who are watching this before we move on to Nintendo. This is now moving on to gaming. Well, I want to do a bit of a show and tell, you know? Show and tell time.
Right, okay.
Right? So, for Christmas, right, my parents were lovely enough to buy me an item for my podcast, for my streaming and all that. Here we are. I mean, right, you're into this sort of stuff. Right, so, let's get it right. So this is going to be going on behind me somewhere. Nice. For the people on audio watching, this is a lit-up neon game controller. Xbox, I think. I don't know what it is, but it's a neon controller, right? And it can't really focus on that, but it glows.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a really nice touch to my background, but I don't know where to put it, right?
It will, yeah.
I
think the best bet is... I don't know, I think you definitely want it... No. I think you'd want it, like, on show, like, behind you.
Yeah, like on one of the shelves, but
you can see like it from like a front perspective.
That's what I mean. Oh, you mean like in front of me?
No. Like, wait, hold it up again, like how you're just doing. Yeah, like that, but like on the wall somewhere, so the viewers can see it like that, so they can see the whole thing.
So maybe like there somewhere.
Something like that. Something like that. You have to like do a bit of
DIY.
You have to do a bit of yeah.
What if I put it there? Would you be just yes? That's really useless.
You can't really see like the LEDs.
No.
Kind of just like a yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was considering putting it in one of the shelves, but where? So yeah, I don't know. I need to do some figuring out of my setup. Obviously, if I move, I'm gonna be moving to Thailand next year to live there, so I have a new setup.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, anyway, that's that out the way, Rowan. Show and tell over. What do you think? Do you like the sign?
I think it's good. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Yeah.
Perfect. But anyway, that's about it for the talk about, guys. This podcast is over now. Thank you very much for listening.
All right. Yeah. See you next time.
Anyway, yeah.
All right. But no, we've actually got 2 news stories to cover. And if you're wondering why it's 2, it's sort of like a new and improved. It's new year, new
improved
podcast sort of way.
Yeah.
We realised that last year a lot of like stories when there was nothing happening were like just filler to like fill the episode.
Yeah.
I want each news story to be like something something we can actually
Exciting.
like talk about.
Hmm.
So we've got
Hmm.
2 this week. Might be 3 next week. Might be 2 again. But we'll just sort
Exactly.
of, depending on what happens, there'll be more news stories and stuff.
Yeah, I
So
feel like that's probably a better way of doing it. Just the stories that are important, because I feel like we did do a lot of fillers,
mm.
and like it just gets too long.
And
So
we've
we're
had like a
doing
big talk about like at the beginning as well. So
yeah, and that's what the
you
viewers
know.
like. They like these
Oh, actually, yeah.
talkabouts.
Actually, as well. There's one
Yeah.
thing in my talk about.
Okay.
It
Good.
says
Good.
people like the Switch too. People like the
Oh,
Switch 2 at my college,
let's move on
right?
to it. Let's move on to it now because we're talking about news and
Yeah,
stuff.
talking
So
about like gaming and stuff. But just before we
exactly.
get into the news,
Yeah.
people who I've spoken to seem to like actually
Hmm.
like the look of it. They like the look of the Switch 2. They're saying, "Oh, it looks good."
Do you know we've been actually I well here's the thing, I was for the question of the week, I've not got from emails, I've actually gone to our comments on YouTube because we've had some
Ah,
really in-depth comments about the Switch 2. So do you
did
want
we
to
get some
cover
criticism?
this? Yes and no, actually. We'll be covering all of them, but my question to you, Ryan, is do you want to do this sort of Switch 2 conversation after these two news stories? Because that can tie into what
Ah,
other
yeah,
people
yeah,
are
yeah,
saying.
yeah, oh, yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah,
good
yeah.
idea.
That sounds
Right.
good.
So, well, guys, stick to the end. Stick to the end of these two news stories to listen to our updated sort of conversation on the Switch 2. But yeah, Rowan. Of course, I do think we need to like obviously add a new segment, like Japanese language gone wrong. I think people want us to
Yeah.
bring that back. So we'll have to
Ah, they
look at
want us to
that.
bring it back.
They do. So
That
we'll have
was
to bring
good.
that
That
back.
was good.
I
That
think
was
that's
good.
it's good. It's good. We'll
I
consider
don't know
it.
why. I don't know why. I don't know why we got rid of it. To be honest.
I forgot now. It must have been my bad idea to do something else. I forgot. But anyway, we'll talk about that okay another time. But Rowan, what have we got for the first news story this week?
So for this first news story, it says local supermarket wins trademark battle against Nintendo. So someone
Ooh,
actually beats Nintendo in a lawsuit.
damn. Well
So
done.
they must have been. Wow, I don't know how they managed that, but it says Nintendo has
Good
legally
luck.
pursued all sorts of companies and projects over the years, and it often gets its desired outcome. However, it's not gone the same way in a recent trademark battle against a family-owned Costa Rican supermarket.
Mm.
Super Mario, which is located in San Ramon and does not make any reference to the famous video game series other than its name, has been trading for decades. Unfortunately, when Mario's son attempted to renew the supermarket's registered trademark last year, Nintendo stepped in. The father and son duo weren't sure how they were going to win a fight against such a commercial monster, and at one point thought about throwing in the towel. Fortunately, it all worked out. And this is what they had to say. They said, I would like to greatly thank my legal and accounting advisor, Jose Agado and Jimenez Blanco,
Well
who was
done.
in charge of the registration and the subsequent fight for the trademark rights. For a moment, we thought about throwing in the towel. How are we going to win against such a commercial monster, especially with the number of legal documents presented by them to ensure victory? Well, luckily, Agado and I stood firm, and a few days ago, we received the good news. So,
Wow.
this is for some reason, I don't know how they managed to like beat Nintendo at their own
Mm.
like lawsuit, but it's yeah. Pretty much what it is there's a supermarket in Costa Rica called Super Mario, which
Ooh.
basically means like a supermarket, and the guy's called Mario, who like so they
They
so
called it
yeah
Super Mario.
they called it Super Mario, which is like a
That's
very big
quite a
coincidence.
yeah. I don't necessarily think it's like a bad thing they've done it, so I'm not like annoyed at them in like. But I don't know. Nintendo again, they're gonna do everything they can to jump on anybody that takes their marketing.
I mean, I don't understand, but I don't
Oh,
understand their motive behind this because it's just the name. Like it wasn't
yeah,
like they were like pirating like Switch
they're
games or anything.
assholes. Oh, remember we had to take the Nintendo logo out of our podcast in case Nintendo just starts to go.
Oh yeah, did we?
Yeah, we
Oh yeah,
had to
it's no longer there. It's no
we're
longer
not
there.
Nintendo sponsored or anything. So we're like, well, we've got to watch
So we
this
can't
out.
like use their logo.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, mate.
Otherwise they'd
So
sue us.
we've got a Switch in the logo. That's the closest thing
Yeah,
we've got.
but if they sued us, like for what money? Like we've not got any money.
Yeah, they'll be like, mate, you're gonna get nothing if you sue
If
us.
they ask for like $1 million or something, we'll be like, mate, good luck.
Oh,
We ain't got that much.
it's quite. I don't know, but with this like news story, it's kind of heartwarming. I don't know. It's kind of a father and son's business. Super Mario. Obviously, I don't think it's an issue. I think Nintendo are just proving themselves to be an arsehole again. Like, chill out.
So they
Stop
like
thinking too much,
like when they
Nintendo.
so then when they had to like renew the trademark for their supermarket Super Mario, Nintendo stepped in and like were like, oh no,
Yeah.
you can't do that.
What do you think of this, Ryan? What do you think of this whole? Do you agree with them or?
No. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that they're in the right, the father and
Mm,
son,
I think so.
because because it makes sense. Like if you like think about the name, you like realize that they've not just copied the Nintendo. It's a supermarket,
Yeah,
and the guy's called Mario, so it's like they've called it Super Mario
there's
instead
nothing
of
wrong with it.
supermarket. It's a play on words, really.
Yeah, it's
Um,
good. It's good. I don't think it's an
but
issue.
um,
It's just
but I
Nintendo
don't think
being.
it's an issue. But what I don't understand is
Yeah.
why like how they like managed to win it. Because if you think about all the
Hmm.
resources Nintendo has,
That's
how can
that's
you
a good.
like?
How did they win it then? Were they rich maybe from the Super Mario business? Now that is interesting. I feel like this is very interesting. Maybe the courts are tired of Nintendo getting their way, and they're like, listen, let the father and son have their way for once, Nintendo. I'm not gonna act like I know what I'm not gonna act like I
Let the
legally know
father.
things.
I don't think a judge would say that. Let the father and son have their way.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna act like I legally know legal precautions because I don't. I'm dumb about that sort of shit. But I feel like it's good on them really. Like how it's a pull off. It's a really like to win against Nintendo. That's like that's something to be proud of. To win
I mean,
against
it's like
Nintendo.
they always jump in though on like stupid shit. Like especially like the
Yeah, it's time for
um
them to chill out.
especially like on the
Mm.
what was it when like they I mean what do you think? Oh, here's a question to you as well.
Okay.
Remember when they like sued that or like they were planning to sue that subreddit that like what's it r/switch pirates or something?
Yeah, yeah,
Who like
yeah.
pirate Nintendo. Do you think that's justified?
Of course, I think that's
Yeah,
justified. But Nintendo,
yeah.
like again, that they're suing so many people that are not justified to be sued, like Nintendo YouTubers that have got used their music and like, all sorts of things. And I was going to ask you then on a slightly side topic. I don't think you've seen it because I think we should actually cover this on our next episode as a news story. Have you seen the game that's been going around? That's been getting a lot of controversy. Even I agree with this. That looks exactly like Animal Crossing, but it's coming out on PC.
No,
Literally, they've
what's it
copied
called?
all the assets. Right.
What's it called? We'll cover this
I'm a,
next episode in
we'll
like
cover it
detail.
next. Yeah, we'll cover it in detail. Animal Crossing. Animal
What's it
Crossing.
called? I need to have a look.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to try and find it. Coming out on PC. Controversy. I forgot what it's called now. Yeah, all the crossing YouTubers are covering it. The new strange Animal Crossing controversy. Right, there's a YouTube video I'm gonna send to you.
Send it on the Discord chat. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, while I find it, I'll explain. So basically, there's a game just like Power World but worse coming out. Literally an Animal Crossing game, but
Wait,
obviously,
you say if it's like Power World, then it's like Pokemon,
but this is
not
worse.
Animal Crossing.
I want you to like formulate because next week we'll cover this, but I want you to
Hmm.
formulate your opinion. Let me find it. Um, game copy, right? Similar. I'm trying to find the video I saw now, and I'm gonna send it to you. There's a YouTuber that I watch who's really good. She like covers, uh, she covers like all Animal Crossing stuff, but I'm trying to find it. Obviously, I can't find it right now. There's YouTubers that have covered it, but I'm gonna send you the
Hang
video.
on. Yeah. Shall I look or do you want to keep looking?
Pardon?
Do you want me to
So,
have a look?
yeah. I think have a little look. I've got her name now. It's really annoying me. I want to like send it to you so it's already there. But yeah, I don't know. There's been an issue, guys. I don't know if you guys have realised, but there has literally been. I'm not sure what it's called. It's something called Cozy. I think it's called. Oh, this is really gonna bug me,
Beware of
guys.
this. Beware of this Animal Crossing scam.
Is it
That was 2 weeks ago.
okay? Just type in Animal Crossing similar game
Um,
contra
is it called
coming.
Cozy Town?
Yes, I think that's it.
Cozy Town.
I think it's called Cozy Town. I think
I think oh wait, is it on? Is it on Steam?
it's not come out yet. I think it's coming out
It
in
is,
2025.
dude. It's
That's
coming out on
it.
Steam.
That's it.
Wait, planned release date 2025. Fucking hell, man! That is
Yeah,
literally a carbon copy.
I told you. I
That
told
is a
you.
that's a
People
carbon
are
copy of
mad.
Animal.
Yeah,
Bro, that
people are
looks
angry.
exactly like it. That looks exactly like it.
I know, bro. Like, we
That
we
looks
should talk about this next
exactly
week.
like.
Yeah, I told you.
Oh,
I
that
told
no,
you.
that okay. That is bad. That's bad.
It's
I
not
mean,
come
at
out
Power
yet.
World, I know it's not clear. It says planned release date 2025, but
Yeah, it's bad, man.
that
It's
is that
bad.
is
There is a
ridiculous.
lawsuit going to happen about this. Like, these
And
people
it's
are
going to be free to
mad.
bro. It's going to be free. It's going to be free to play as
Yeah,
well.
Exactly. I'm gonna send you a
Be
video
free to
once this
play.
episode's over, right? I'm gonna send you a video, the one I saw, of all the people. There's loads of videos. If you look about it, everyone's angry. All the Crossing fans are angry. I'm angry. I'm a Crossing fan.
Dude, it
People are...
looks like Animal Crossing, but just like not like there's
Yeah,
no like the actual Animal Crossing characters, but they just like made their own characters that look like similar to it.
yeah. They've just basically they've copied Animal
And
Crossing.
plus, Power World's different. Power World's its own game. Like
Yeah,
that's you can't compare that to
but
Pokemon. It's
this
its own
is
game.
Animal
But
Crossing.
this is literally just Animal Crossing. It looks no different, man.
I don't know why people aren't learning from like how dangerous this is with Nintendo. Like,
This is just Animal, bro. It's the same. It looks like New Horizons.
I know, it's bad. I think next week should we do a deep dive on this once we've both researched it
should.
both. Let's do a deep dive.
This is
Okay,
crazy,
guys.
man. This is
Next week you'll hear the deep dive on this, guys, because me and Ryan have got a lot to say. I mean, I've got a lot to say, but I want your proper opinion. I know you'd be upset with this as well. This is bad though. It's very bad. But yeah, I don't know. Why aren't people learning?
and they're acting like it. And they're acting like it's its own game.
It's bad, man.
They're saying, "Welcome to Cozy Town, a delightful slice of life farming adventure where you can create your dream homestead, form meaningful connections, and enjoy the peaceful
animals
rhythms of
as
small
well.
town living. Whether you're an experienced farmer or a newcomer to the countryside, there's always something exciting waiting for you in this enchanting world. That's also a copy of another enchanting world on the Nintendo Switch."
Exactly.
I added that bit in. They didn't type that,
Yeah.
but it's
They
pretty
might as
much,
well have typed that,
pretty
yeah.
much true.
Same thing. Anyway,
Wow.
let's cover this next week because this is another
Wow.
bad thing I was
I'm
going to tell you
disgusted.
about.
I'm
Me too.
disgusted.
I'm disgusted as well. Let's do some research and then next week, guys, tune in. We're going to be ranting about this. I
I don't think that's gonna last. I don't think that's gonna last. If Nintendo's
Yeah.
willing to sue Power World, then they're not gonna take that. Especially because it's free to play.
I've got two
They're
new
basically
YouTube
selling
videos
Animal
coming
Crossing.
out.
They're
Yeah.
basically selling Animal Crossing for like free.
Yeah, I've got some YouTube videos I want to release, planned ideas for my channel, and one of them is going to be that Cozy Town deep dive. So look out for that, guys, on Judah and Roan.
Well,
But anyway,
that's
next week, guys. But
so we sort of had two news stories there. One like little one we'll cover next week.
of course,
But the last one
Mhm.
is GameCube Space World prototype listed on eBay for a whopping $100,000. Now I think we talked about this
whoa,
a while ago. I think it was like it might have been the beginning of last year.
yeah,
Whereas like the Space World prototype for the GameCube was like found.
it was found. It was someone found it in
yeah.
their basement,
I think they found it in their
down
loft
the side
or
of their
something, but
cushion settee or something.
yeah. But anyway, it says if you're someone who's been keen on collecting rare and valuable video game memorabilia, then you might want to check out the new listing that's gone live from it on eBay. Courtesy of Console Variations, Donny Fillerup thanks IGN. The ultra rare Space World GameCube prototype is now available for purchase for a whopping $100,000, approximately £80,308.38. Fillerup states that his reasoning for listing the console for sale is so he can fund a gaming place in which attendees can mingle with like-minded individuals and feel young again. As for the console itself, the prototype was shown off at the Nintendo Space World 2000 convention prior to its official launch. While it doesn't contain actual functional hardware, it does house some LEDs to make it appear functional during the event. Wait a minute. So it doesn't work?
You are.
You're paying
Doesn't work.
$100,000 for a GameCube that doesn't work?
You might as well throw that in the bin.
It says it doesn't contain any actual functional hardware, but it just has some LEDs on it.
I think it's a prototype. That's why, maybe. You know, the prototypes they make before releasing. But that's fucked. Anyway.
Why is it? Then why,
Why would you
why the
spend
hell is it 80 grand?
£100,000?
Why the hell is it 80 grand? Just get a real GameCube that actually like plays games for like £100.
Oh yeah, I know it's ridiculous. The price, I don't know. What is this going to be on the Antiques Roadshow? We have a non-working, like a non-working prototype.
Anyway, he's selling this like to fund a gaming place where people can go and mingle with each other. I don't know what that means. Gamers can go and mingle with other gamers in this new gaming place.
So I don't know.
I don't know why did he choose to use the word mingle? That just sounds
mingle,
weird.
single and ready to mingle with the gamers. I don't get that. I don't know. Listen, we've got this broken prototype we found down the fucking side of a cushion, and we're going to sell it for £100,000 so you can mingle with other gamers. Have fun. Indoor
I mean,
fun.
it's obviously like his passion. Like he wants to create a place where like people can go and mingle, but like
With passion.
with passion, yeah. But like, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Like, I don't know. Is it just gonna be a gaming cafe then?
Maybe. Where you can mingle in the gaming cafe. We got-
Why did he use that word, man?
With passion, bro. With passion, remember.
But here's the thing.
Oh,
Here's the
I don't
thing.
know.
Here's the thing. Oh,
What's the thing? Go on.
okay. So he's gonna like he's selling on this to like he's selling a broken like GameCube pretty much for like 80 grand.
Yeah.
And he says the reasoning for listing the console for sale is so that he can fund a gaming place in which attendees can mingle with like-minded individuals and feel young again. So you've just got a load
Yeah.
of like Discord moderators like going in like who
And
weigh like
that's
£500,
that's
like
the
ready
news
to
story,
mingle.
guys. That's it. That's what you call a filler story. No, it's funny. That's what I love it. I love this story. I don't know. It's just like
So
if I'm having a bad day. Again, like I know I've said this a lot, but this is my phrase. If I'm having a bad day, right, I'll just remember there's some guy selling a broken prototype for a ridiculous amount of money for gamers to go and mingle with each other. Like, bro,
he's building like a
with
gaming
passion,
place like
a
in
gaming place
in Leicester.
in Leicester. Where
Imagine,
anywhere
imagine.
else? In Leicester, in one little
No, it
city in
doesn't
the UK.
say, it doesn't say that. It doesn't say that. I'm just saying, imagine it was in Leicester.
Why Leicester? Of all
It just
places.
says gaming place, and like, is it just gonna be like? I don't get it. Is it just gonna be a load of like Discord moderators, like who weigh like £450, like going in and they're like ready to mingle?
£450. They're mingling with the burgers before they enter. I don't know. What's it going to be called? The gaming place. It sounds like a moderator's dream that never happened. He's too busy moderating Discord servers and wanking in his bedroom, and then he's like, you know what? I'm going to make a dream. I don't know.
Yeah, and
This
he's like going, yeah, he's just going to like this place like with his
yeah.
belly out, right?
Burgers and all. Right. Yeah. No, honestly, I don't know. I feel like this is like a 5 minute wonder. You know?
5 minute wonder.
Like it's a 5 minute wonder. Like I don't know
I mean,
who's
someone's
going to
gonna
be
pay.
obsessed with this.
I mean,
Who's going to pay?
Someone's definitely gonna pay him 80 grand for it. So he's
Yeah,
gonna
well,
get the money, but like it's gonna go towards
the
a
gaming
gaming place
place.
where people can like
Just
mingle and
game.
feel young again.
There's many places where you can mingle and feel young again. Not the nightclub, for instance. It's not the gaming place. I
Yeah,
don't
but
know.
yeah, but it's specifically for gamers.
Oh, I mean, can't you just go to like game then or something in the UK and play
Yeah,
with
but like
games
so
there?
yeah, but it's
Or
technically like it's like so it's like a nightclub except there's a load of like gaming PCs like around like the room.
so there's like a disco and there's a bar. There's like loud music, but everyone's just like just playing Mario Kart. But no.
Oh man, I don't know what this means, man. We'll hopefully get an update as to like what he's
Yeah.
trying to build.
This is. I'm invested in this man's dream.
Because all we've got is a gaming place. That's it. That's all
The
we know.
gaming place. That's all we know. So good luck to the man who's trying his best.
Yeah, good luck to the man. That's
Good
what I'll
luck to the
say.
man. But Ryan, I think it's time for an ad break, and then we'll be back with the Switch 2 updates.
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go.
Sorry to interrupt the episode. I'm Rowan Fern, the co-host of this podcast. If you're a regular listener to our podcast, you would know that me and Judah love to hear from our community. Every single week, we read out your comments and questions on the podcast. One viewer wrote in telling us how they found their wife directly through the popular 3DS game, Pokemon X. Bloody hell, you don't hear that every day. You can become that viewer by writing into our podcast email, jrsgaming135@gmail.com. That is jrsgaming135@gmail.com. I know all of you hate ads, so on with the show.
And we're back from the ad break. Rowan, this
Lovely
week...
ad, loved it.
Loved the ad as well, mate. Loved it. Right. Switch 2, as you were saying, Ryan, I want to hear your opinion first, because you've been going around, I'm guessing you've been fighting your demons every day now, because everyone's coming at you saying they love it, and you've been
man.
saying no, so explain
Yeah.
everything, and then we'll see what our
So
viewers are saying.
my own tutor at college
Right.
was like, what's everyone think of the Switch 2? Has everyone seen it?
Yeah.
And fucking loads of people were just like, oh yeah, like, I like the look of it. I like the look of it. It looks good. And I was just sat there like, what?
Are you
How?
clutching at straws? Oh.
I was just bamboozled. I was like, it couldn't be happening. I was expecting everyone to like come out and be like, oh yeah, it looks rubbish. But
Yeah.
yeah, and like everyone around, like pretty much everyone around the room was like, oh, it's looking
What?
good, yeah.
There's not
But I
one
don't
person
understand
that
that.
was like, it was shit.
And Queso,
I
even
don't.
you know the streamer Queso,
Yes.
he reacted to it and he thinks it looks good as well.
Why? I mean, have you seen the amount of people? I mean, I'll be honest, right? We're going to dive into the theories in a minute because it's always good to hear the other side of opinions. But like, I've seen Ludwig react to it. I've not seen Jacksepticeye's reaction, but I've seen it recommend. I feel like we're clutching. Like, I feel like when the Nintendo Switch 2 releases, there's going to be a buzz because everyone's been waiting for it. But you need to look at the bigger picture here, guys. Look at the other Switches.
When the Switch Lite came out, everyone was like, "Ooh."
Yeah, you see, I mean, I feel like it's a 5-minute buzz, and then the truth's going to set in. This is not good for Nintendo as a company. This is not good for the future of Nintendo. Look at how it looks. Look at the. It's not a Switch. It's a click now. Look at. This is just another Switch. How else? Like, do you want me to say this? Like, it's not a new and improved console. It's just a Switch. There is another Switch. There isn't a Switch. Like. The thing is, we're looking at Nintendo in the bigger picture. Stocks, money. Money needs to come in. They need to make a new, innovative console, right? I think this Switch they've made they would have got away with it if they called it like a spin-off. A spin-off console. This is not the successor. This is one thing we need to get right here. Stop saying it's the successor, because it is not the successor to the Switch.
It's not a successor.
It's a spin-off Switch.
It's got the same operating system as the Switch. When you load it up, it's good. The menu is going to be the exact same. It's not a new console. That's like saying, you know, let's be honest, right? The Nintendo game, we can say, we can say that the Nintendo Wii was a successor to the Nintendo GameCube because it came out after it, and it was an entirely different thing, entirely different.
Yeah.
Whereas this is like, I don't understand, like, what happened
the Wii
to
U.
like,
that's not a successor.
it just seems like gone are the days where like Nintendo would actually like come out with a brand new console like every time.
Exactly.
And like they would,
this
you know, like, because I feel like they need a successor. The Switch, the Switch, like, the Switch is. I don't mean this in a bad way, but the Switch has had its run. Like, I'm not saying it's dead. Like, people, they shouldn't shut down the servers. They should keep making games for it. But I'm just saying that you can't keep making new Switches every single year and expect people to just buy it. You need to come up with something new.
Exactly. And also, if you notice something, like, just look at the simplicity of why have they taken away the Switch option. That's the worst possible thing they've done.
What, the magnetic Joy-Cons?
They've now just made it a click. What happened to the Switch, bro? That was the whole iconic stuff.
That was literally in the advert, the animated thing. It would go down.
Yeah, that's literally in this. Now it goes instead of like. Are you mad? Like, oh, bro.
Yeah,
anyway,
taking away the whole thing, and plus, like, how strong are those magnets? I feel like they're going to break very easily.
Yeah, this is bad. Like, if this was a,
if you give it to like a 5-year-old, it's gonna like they're gonna break the magnets, and like
exactly
how strong really are they? Because like I feel like if you're playing it, like I know like sometimes like even with the normal Switch, like when I'm playing it, like it accidentally like unclicks like at the top and I have to like press it back down. It happens, you know, it just happens. But with this, it's just the whole thing's gonna come off. Like I just don't understand.
Yeah. I feel like they've just again, Nintendo have done the classic thing of making something worse. They've taken away the iconic stuff and replaced it with shit stuff that doesn't make any sense.
But is this like what we've got to come? Like, is the next console gonna like keep the magnetic Joy-Cons?
We're
no longer gonna have like a Switch where it's like. I mean, I think they should just like stop making Switch. I mean, I think the theory we said was right, mate. It literally seems like the 3DS all over again. The 3DS, the new 3DS, the 3DS XL, the new 3DS XL, the 2DS, the 2DS XL, the new 2DS. It's like
it's like they're botching themselves over because this is going to keep happening.
It's like there's no line drawn. It's like there's no line drawn anymore for them. They can just keep making the same thing and just adding stuff to it.
It's bad, man. It's like genuinely, I don't know. Honestly, mate.
No, like the Joy-Cons now, like are just they've lost their color. They've only got color in like 2 bits.
Yeah, the lack of colour. Again, what all we said in the last episode, we've covered it in depth. Again, our opinion might change, but I doubt it. When it actually. But anyway, let's Rowan. Should we read what people are saying?
Yeah, let's read what people are saying.
So on YouTube, we've had some nice comments about all sorts of stuff, particularly this Switch 2. I'll start off with the Switch 2 comments. We have a comment here from, this is our question of the week sort of thing, Moss, and Moss on YouTube says, if someone could say you can imagine the laziest possible design for the Switch 2, what would it be, and what it would be, and that is it. How after 8 years has their design team not come up with anything? The same overall feel of laziness has come across on many of their recent games. Zero innovation. This company was the most innovates, the most creative, and the most fun. That's why everyone loved them. Speaking about Nintendo, it will probably be a similar price to the flagship handheld PC. I'd rather get a new Ally and emulate all the old Nintendo games that were actually good. And I've got to say, I completely agree with Moss. I completely agree with you.
100%. 100%. This was the company that was like made like the Wii. Like they took a risk making the Nintendo Wii with the motion controls and stuff. There was a chance that people could have come out and said, "I hate the motion controls," but it
Exactly.
paid off and everyone loved it. They actually like took risks. That's what
Exactly,
people
and it
loved about them.
worked. And it's like
PlayStation,
yeah,
because like PlayStation, Xbox, right?
yeah,
That they can't really like step too far out of their comfort zone. Like they're
no,
just primarily like just the same, like console controller design. But these guys like Nintendo, this is why I loved them. This is why I loved growing up with them, is because
they've done so much good stuff.
it was just so unique, man. So like
And now
and now it's
lazy almost.
Yeah.
It's almost lazy. It's like they're just trying to dash things out, and they're spending more time suing useless people and useless situations than actually developing the bloody consoles.
They're suing a supermarket in Costa Rica.
Yeah.
Instead of actually like coming up with a brand new like innovative design for the Nintendo Switch 2.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like everyone does agree with us. Now, let's look at a comment that is more like, I'd say, middle ground, and slightly disagreeing with us. And we've also got a reply to that as well. How many different ways, this is from Obslam, if I could pronounce your name correctly, he says, how many ways can you redesign a tablet with detachable controllers? The level of unnecessary hate is through the roof.
Yeah, that's pretty much like that's pretty much like a complete opposite of.
But yeah, we're looking. I don't think I disagree with him, obviously, because our hate isn't through the roof. We're looking at this is genuinely we don't like this console, and also someone has replied though. Someone has replied to them, disagreeing with them, saying there is plenty. Actually, that's probably the only valid argument I can see. I mean that's a good point. So he's saying the only valid argument we're seeing is how many different ways can you like redesign a tablet with controllers. Well, duh.
Yeah, I've heard that.
That's the only argument that backs it up. That is, you know what? Because I'll let you speak first. Yeah, because you're the ranter, aren't you?
Here's the thing, guys. You need to realise.
Yeah.
We're not just hating on it for the fuck of it, right? We're like explaining like why we don't like this, because we were all hoping for a Switch successor, and like that's my main thing. Is that like it's not gonna be a Switch successor. It's just gonna be what we thought it was gonna be, which was just another Nintendo Switch. What we hoped it wouldn't be is just to be another Nintendo Switch. The design, okay, if the design, I could maybe forego the design if the hardware was better. If it was an entirely new console, then maybe I'd forgo the design. I'd still think it was bad, but I'd forego it. But the fact it's just everything. It's everything. Like it's not just the design. It's everything. It's the design. It's the it's the
mentality of the company.
It's the mentality. It's the weight. It's the weight we've had for like how many years now for like a brand new thing.
And me and Ryan have been carefully watching everything, and we've been carefully taking into consideration the pros and cons of all of this. And like there is genuinely nothing good about this, in my opinion, and that is not unnecessary hate, in my opinion. The only reason why I say that is because you need to look, again, as I've said before, at the bigger picture. If you truly love Nintendo as a company, then you would correct them here and say this is a bad console. Because look at the big... This is not going to help their sales, and I'm not going to buy this Switch 2. There's nothing selling it to me. I'd rather have the iconic Switch, right? All the games, right? The compatibility, and also the fact that it doesn't. It's lost its all iconic, all its iconic stuff. And it's look at the long run, right? There's nothing else they can do unless they come up with a better idea. There's nothing else they can do, if you know what I mean. Like I personally don't like how this looks, and like I feel like I would have a bit more respect for them if they kept the original design, as in the Switch. If they're gonna make another Switch, then make another bloody Switch.
I mean, to be fair, their whole
console.
I mean, a selling point of
Nintendo,
the Switch 2, is that they've actually like gone and like made brand new Joy-Cons like designs, because it's been the same Joy-Cons for like a while, right?
Yeah, but still
however, it's I don't understand. Like, taking away color and just having the color underneath the joystick and on the side of it, and having it so like it's a magnet instead of an actual it just doesn't make sense to me.
It's the laziest possible design they could have given it, including the brand.
And it's like you said, it's like they're grasping at straws. Like they're thinking, what can we do to separate this, to make this a sliver different than the rest of the Nintendo Switches? Oh no, let's make it so they don't click in place. Let's make it so they don't switch. They click like with magnets.
Let's zoom into magnetic the color. bro, there's nothing good.
Yeah,
about
they yeah, yeah, yeah.
Make it
And
so
that's the thing.
bigger.
One thing I want to know though is there a hardware upgrade? Because
Yeah,
if there isn't,
yeah.
that's it. Because the hardware, as we
That's
know, is
yeah.
like 2 generations behind.
That's one thing I need to point out. I need to make clear. If there is proper, perfect hardware on the Switch, then I'll give it a benefit of the doubt. And when I say that, I'm still not happy with how it looks. Right? I'll be honest with you. I'm not happy with how it looks and how it is. They've botched up the design. But if it has better hardware than all the other, and it's like can run like games like GTA 6, for instance, and it's 4K, then I'll be like, okay, they're getting there. But still, I don't like the design. It's lazy. I don't like the name either. The Switch 2. Like, come on. Don't call it the Switch 2.
And another thing is, like, I don't think that's going to be the case, which is sad. I don't think it's going to have hardware that can run GTA. If tomorrow it came out that the hardware matched the PS5, I'd say great.
Yeah,
right,
that's what I mean. If it
I'll
matches
give
the
them props for that.
PS5, then all right.
But
yeah.
if I don't think that's going to be the case, and if it is, I'll eat my words. But if I don't, it just doesn't. I just don't think it. I just don't think it is. Like, we just need the specs to come out.
If it's like a tad bit better than the Switch 2, which is 2017 sort of graphics, then no, this is fucked. Fucked, mate. You know, that's how I see it. But let's read our sort of last comment, and this is from Clown Zone, and he is sort of touching on what we've spoken about in the entire episode. He's written a very long message. Thank you, Clown Zone, for writing in on our comment section. And I probably should add in, guys, if you write on our YouTube comment page, you're most likely going to get it read out. So, comment. Like and comment if I'm on YouTube. But yeah, Clown Zone says, great episode. And he says, about your health, I wouldn't worry too much about drinking lots of coffee and vaping. Drinking plain black coffee without sugar is actually pretty healthy. As for vaping, if you were smoking before, vaping is definitely better than smoking. But yeah, cutting down on sugar and hitting the gym, this is a solid move, Judah. It will do wonders for your mental health. It helped me a lot with my autism and similar challenges we both face every day. That's a very kind message. Thank you, Clownzone. As for Nintendo Switch, I totally agree. No need to upgrade. I mainly play Mario Kart and a few other Nintendo originals on mine, and I always use the dock for the TV, which gives me 1080p. It'll be interesting to see how much they charge for the new Switch, though it's probably going to be something crazy like £800. Probably, yes. At that point, you might as well just grab a Steam Deck and do more with that. When it comes to upgrading consoles, phones, or whatever, it's always worth asking yourself if you really need the latest model of any phone, console, graphics card, etc. I was also expecting Nintendo to drop a Pro version with more premium hardware, and who knows, we might still see it happen on the next Direct event. We'll see, I guess. Great podcast as always. Lovely message there from Clown Zone. That was. Thank you very much, mate. And I appreciate the tips from about the health and stuff, man. 100%. But thank you for your input. What do you think of that, Ryan? I think you had it.
Yeah, I think that's definitely that's good. That's good. Good advice. That.
Yeah, like sometimes the best things are not the newest. That's what I
I think I agree with that. I agree with that.
That's what I mean. It's not about the latest one. Usually, your best models are going to be the OG. You know, that's how it is.
And yeah, what do you think is the worst Nintendo Switch? That's just a little question before we end.
Definitely the Lite.
Straight off the bat,
the Lite. Yeah, the Lite is the worst Nintendo Switch. Just because there was.
Would you ever get the Lite then?
I was gonna get it for my girlfriend, but at the same time I was like, it's a waste of money. If I'm gonna buy my partner a Switch, I buy the normal Switch, because they still can connect to the TV and you can have the fun of playing with your friends. Like, why would you waste your money on a Switch that you can't undo the controllers, and it's like worse graphics, small screen. I don't understand. It's like a really budget Switch. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. The Switch 2, I don't understand like how people are seeing it, because like even Queso I think was like pretty impressed by the trailer, and I was just like, I don't understand how.
Clutching at straws, most people are. I think it's the buzz, but yeah, I think that's all there is for today's episode. Thank you very much, guys, for listening. As always, I'm sure next week we'll be back with another one, covering the Animal Crossing Cozy Town controversy, which is awful. But yeah, anyway, until next time, guys, please send in your questions and comments to jrsgaming135@gmail.com. Please subscribe or follow us on whatever platform you're listening from, and leave us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts or wherever you're listening from, as this will help us out greatly and get the podcast around. Our socials will be in the description below: our Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, website, Discord, and our TikTok. But until then, it's a goodbye from me.
A goodbye from me.